Welcome to an episode of the Tiny House Master Plan. Now in this episode, we actually get to go tour another tiny house. We're gonna visit my good friend Marsha. She has this cute little tiny house and she's into permaculture, my favorite. All right, let's go and meet her.
Hey everyone, welcome to my tiny house, the Chickadee. Let's take a tour outside and I'll show you what's here. Come on, Juniper. This tiny house is 24 feet by 10 feet. I did cedar on the outside because I love wood, and cedar is a really durable wood that stands up to the weather. And then for the tin on the bottom, I wanted a house that like really popped, and I wanted a color that popped. And originally when I designed the house, I was gonna do wood all the way to the bottom of the house. But the year that I designed the tiny house, I had a grass fire at my old house, and it was really scary. And so when I was doing the design, I was thinking about what would happen if I had wood all the way to the bottom of this house. Grass fire comes in, whoom, there goes your beautiful tiny house. So I decided to design it with the tin on the bottom all the way to the ground, just for that extra layer of protection around grass fires. Also, it gives it kind of that like West Coast beachy kind of feel, which also what I was going for. We've got my beautiful flower plantings over here, zone 1 for those permaculture enthusiasts out there. This is a tiny house on wheels, so here's the hitch here. It's built on a triple axle trailer, and one of the reasons why I wanted to build it on wheels was because I'm a bit of a nomad. This is actually the longest place I've ever been in the last 15 years, and I've been here 4.5 years. So I definitely wanted to have something that was movable, but something that also felt more permanent. So kind of that in-between space. So this is the north side of the house. We've got a few smaller windows on this side because in this hemisphere, you know, we lose a lot of heat through our windows. I wanted to put some smaller windows on this side so we still get the light coming through, but aren't losing all of that heat. My favorite feature of the back of the house is this cedar shake break that we have that I put in the center, just to break up the lines of the tongue and groove cedar. I want to be able to live 100% off rainwater and snow melt. So I designed the roof to be able to capture as much rainwater as possible. This funny little Lego cube is actually my above ground water storage. In here you can see there's 2,000 liter totes where I store my water above ground, and it's heated with in-floor heating. This is enough water to last me about 8 weeks, and I don't have any water saving taps or faucets on the house at all. Eventually, this will be part of my rainwater harvesting system. All right, so that's the outside. Let's go inside and I'll take you for a tour inside. So the decor in the house I was going for is country grandma goes to the beach. So it's just one big space. We've got the living room over here, and it opens up into the nice big kind of L-shaped kitchen here. Dining room space right there. And then just behind you there's the bathroom, and then the bedroom above that. This is the living room, or what I like to call the library. This is where I spend 90% of my day, whether it's hanging out in my hammock chair, checking out through these beautiful picture windows that I have on both sides, or on my yoga mat, which is there's enough space just here for my yoga mat and then for my dog to sleep here as well. I wanted to feel like this house was really big and breathable and had, you know, access to the outside in terms of the view and also just the fresh air as well. This is my tiny house library. I'm a huge reader. This was not part of the design. This actually serves as a stand-up desk. So the floor of the living room is raised because underneath here we have storage. So these are long pull-out drawers that go almost all the way to the back there. This is my kitchen. I designed it to be sort of like an L-shaped kitchen here because I love to cook. This is just a small gas stove, and it's perfect for cooking on top of, and it's also big enough to bake muffins or cookies. And then I designed it all with open shelves. The window at the top here, I put in specifically for my plants, but also to get just that nice natural light coming in from the north side because, again, I didn't want to feel like I was cramped up into a tiny little box. I really wanted a space where I could stretch and move and even have kitchen dance parties. This is one of my favorite features because I didn't have this in my old house. Quiet closing drawers. The gentleman who built my house, he actually hand did the knobs to match the ends of the curtain rods. Also, we've got this beautiful cedar log light over top of the sink, which is great. This is my fridge. It's called an apartment style fridge. It's raised up on a platform here because it's actually over top of the wheel wells. And then underneath, there's also the water shut off behind this piece. Great freezer size, lots of 3 really big drawers, big enough to put, you know, all the food one person could need in there and more. And then nice and big inside as well. So lots of room for anything that you need, but you have to be extra tall to get to the top. And over here, I have my dining area that actually also acts as my office as well. This table belonged to my grandparents, and I have a lot of memories eating breakfast here with my papa and grandma when I was growing up. So when I decided to go tiny, I knew that this table had to be part of the house and I wasn't willing to sacrifice that. Next, we have my dressing area. And so here I've got a tiny little itty bitty closet, but it's big enough to hold a few dresses and jackets. And then over here to the right, this is the ladder up to the loft, which I'm gonna show you in a minute. But this also doubles as my dresser. So all of these drawers pull out, and then this bottom step pulls out so that I can get up into the loft easily, but it also doubles as my pantry. All right, so now I'm gonna take you upstairs and we can check out the bedroom. So this is the loft. As you can see, this is the low side, and over there is the high side. King size bed and plenty of room for 2 giant windows. I made them big for 2 reasons. 1, lots of light, which we've already talked about. 2, need something to jump out of in case there's a fire or anything like that. And 3, also for the cross breeze during the summer. So I can open these right up, and a lot of times the loft does get hot, but with these windows, you can get that beautiful breeze going across, and it's like free air conditioning. The roof actually slopes from 14 feet on this side to, I think it's 10 feet on this side. So it's higher from here to here. And this is birch paneling that's been whitewashed with cedar trim. So now I'll take you into the bathroom. Ooh. So over here we have the separate toilet. This is considered a waterless toilet. So there's 2 compartments in it where the liquids go down the front and the solids go down the back. And then there's a bucket for the solids that you can just take out and put into your composting system. Behind here is the mechanical room. So this is where my hot water tank lives and also all of the little guts of the house. On the door is my dry pantry, and then broom, vacuum cleaner, tools, extra toilet paper, all the kind of things that you want to hide away. And then of course the waterless hot water tank, all of the hookups for the in-floor heating, and the pressure tank and that sort of stuff as well. One of my favorite features of this door is the driftwood handle, and then the cedar shakes that kind of match the outside of the house. This is one of my favorite parts of the bathroom, mostly because it's got the beautiful open channel faucet and then the vessel sink. And then this vanity I actually got for free from a friend of mine. You're not gonna believe this, but in this tiny house, we actually have a bathtub. Nothing fancy about the bathtub other than it's a bathtub in a tiny house, and it's not often that you have one of those. It also doubles as sometimes my drying rack for my clothes. And so the last thing we have in here is the laundry area. So this is my washing machine that also doubles as a dryer. And then we've got some storage up here as well. This is where I can charge my vacuum cleaner. Got my internet router there as well, and then more storage. This is kind of like, you know, every house needs a junk drawer. This is my junk drawer. And that's the bathroom.
Marsha, this has been awesome. It's been so good to visit you again and see your house. What made you go tiny?
It's what all permaculturists dream of. We all want to like live closer to nature, live in a smaller space. How do I do that as one woman with one dog? Tiny house.
Thanks for letting the audience see inside your life and see inside this house and get some bits of advice from you as well. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like and subscribe. We got more tours coming. If you're interested in taking the same workshop that Marsha did, it's at atinyhouseworkshop.com. I'll put the link information down below. Also some more links on Marsha's endeavors. Look down below to find them out. So if you are interested in winning a tiny house, make sure to like and subscribe. The contest form on the website, thetinyhousemasterplan.com.
Good luck, everybody.
Thanks again, Marsha. It was so good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Kenton.
Say it.
What? Superstar.
In this episode, we get to go tour a good friend of mine, Marsha. Tour Marsha?
Yeah, you're gonna take a tour of me.
Tour of Marsha! This is Marsha, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my tiny house, the Chickadee. Let's take a tour outside and see what's going on.
Work it out, shake it out. We're still recording.
Okay, do it again. So as you can see, the decor of my home, I was going for like country grandma goes to the beach. How did I mess that up?
Just slowly moving.
This natural.
Done.
Done. Cheers.
Woo.
Yay.